Huh?
Welcome to the podcast, the one student, one book, one author mantra, the
Yeah.
global reader circle, the ultimate podcast that is designed to inspire and motivate a lifelong learner in that intentional reader out of
Yeah.
every global person. Well, if you're joining us for the very first time, we have a massive surprise for you on our spotlight. We have an author who is not just writing, someone who is learning a voice, someone who has gathered all of the wounds and those stuff that was supposed to put her down. And now she walks like she has never gone through stuff. You need to see her face on the screen. She looks so beautiful, stunningly very beautiful. Someone who has never gone through
Thank
stuff. Well, it is my immense opportunity. It is a very great privilege for me and every global family and audience to introduce a fine mind, an author, a queen, author Tamika Ford on a spotlight. Author Tamika, how you doing?
you. Good. How are you?
We're blessed. We're blessed.
Yes. Yes.
So now that you
I
are on the Godian Cross Spotlight, we like you to be very confident and be the
yeah.
coach that you are. How were you able to
Yeah.
guide yourself all through the trauma? How was it possible that you survive and now grow into significance? How is it possible that you change your trauma and redirect them energies and change it into purpose? Well, before you delve into the slide that you lead, we like that you tell us about you. Tell us about Otto Tamika Ford.
Well, currently I'm a registered nurse. Um, I'm a mother, a wife, a sibling. I'm basically a caring person. I love to help people, as many people as I can. So I'm always out there helping everyone. I make sure everybody is okay and everybody is good around me. That's just the type of person I am. I'm positive. I wake up with a smile on my face every day. I always pull the positive out of any negative situation. I've trained myself to do that over time. But
Wow.
yeah, so I have amazing energy. I'm always happy and just moving forward. We only got one life to live, so I want to enjoy it while I'm here.
Wow. Well, at the Godian Cross Podcast, we don't just probe people to become intentional readers and lifelong learners.
Yeah.
We tell
Yes.
them that they read with the idea of growing, not just an escape. We encourage them that
Right.
reading can help them heal and become,
Yes.
evolve, snowball. Well, I like to
Yeah.
ask you, I like to ask you, with
hmm
how cumbersome and figure you have become, because looking at what you've done, the pain many
hmm
have learned to bury, you survive and you became.
Yeah.
And you're now qualified to heal others. I try to imagine, how were you raised? Were you raised in this home where learning and reading was the order of the day? When did it become sort of an intentional stuff for you? How did you learn to put on this armor? Let's delve into that first.
Well, my mom introduced me to the armor when I was very little. Um, I feel like I was protected then because she prayed with us and she was like, "These are the two prayers that y'all say every night, and this is what's going to get y'all through." So I was introduced to God at a young age.
Mm,
I really didn't know who he was, but I knew when she said, "If you can pray through it, you can get through it."
mm,
And I was probably about 5 years old, so I felt like I had a piece of the armor then. When anything bad happened to me, I would just pray. And I didn't even know nothing about God. Like we just memorized the prayer, right? It was two prayers and we memorized the prayers and I still find myself saying those prayers today. But it was nothing but God that got us through everything that we went through in our life. And sometimes when we pray, it doesn't instantly happen. He doesn't come save you out of that situation. It just I felt we were we had guardian angels around us a lot
Mm,
of times in our life because it's a lot of kids that didn't make it. It's a lot of
mm,
kids that are still struggling with their childhood. So I'm very grateful. I would say the two prayers that my mom gave me, she had us memorize because she said it to us every day, were that was part of the armor that we wore and until my
wow. Wow. Amazing. 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 When you have a
adult.
mother that prays. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I do not believe that any person has the hurrah of understanding the power of written words more than
Mhm.
the writer herself or himself. So
Yes.
for you as a person, what would you say are the importance of these written words, the words that your mommy taught you that you memorize and still do it
Yeah.
till today? So I like you share the significance, the efficacy, the efficiency, the effectiveness of these written words.
The effectiveness of them.
Yeah, yeah.
The effectiveness of them was basically the I would after a while, because like I said, I was 5, so we memorized it. If somebody comes to you every day, it's repetitive, and then you start memorizing it. So as she was saying the prayer, we were saying the prayer, and we all said the prayer together, which made it more of a bond, made it more solid. God said, the more people that you gather together, the more people that comes to me, I answer your prayers. So the effectiveness of it was mental.
Hmm,
And I was just like, if we pray about the same thing every day, we have the same prayer every day, then it must
hmm,
be true. It must be real. And so that
hmm,
affected me in a positive way. And I
hmm,
pulled the positive out of that situation or any
hmm.
situation that I ran into. But the effectiveness was once I learned the words that I was actually saying, I was like, okay, this makes sense. This is a good thing. This is not a bad thing. This is a good thing. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And I'm like, okay, all of it just started coming.
Okay. Something happened to your sound out there. Are you okay? Yeah, I can. Good, good. Awesome, awesome.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Amazing.
Yes. So
So
it was
we
a
reached the
positive effect.
point. Okay, go on. Have the stage. Go on.
Yes. So it was a positive effect on once I learned the words and learned what they meant and going through school, I was like, oh my goodness, these are some powerful words. We don't never know
Did
what
you,
the
did you,
other
did you
side
ever
is.
teach, did you ever teach someone else? Did you ever become an instructor, maybe to your friend, maybe to your son, your daughter? Was it something you passed, a legacy you passed on to someone else?
Yes. I definitely it's crazy you asked me that question because yes, I actually we are what we know. And so that was a part of me. That was a part of my life. And I have 4 children and they all know those two prayers and we actually say them together at night before they go to sleep.
Wow, amazing. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk about your book, More to Life. The way you spell your
Yes.
life, Lyfe. The way you spell your
Yes.
more, Moore. There is something
Yes.
so poetic in your title. And when I look at the title, I'm like, oh, there is much more to this yearning. There is much more to this. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, she has it in our on our hands right now, and I wish that you could
Yes.
see this video. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, Dr. Tamika Ford, let's delve into your book. Let's talk about your book. I'm trying to imagine the story behind your write. I'm trying to imagine what exactly you're trying to, the kind of problems you're trying to solve. I'm trying to imagine the person you should have become while writing this book. Well, I just like you delve us into your write.
So I want to explain the name first, and it might be showing backwards because of my camera. I'm not sure,
Oh,
but
it's fair. Fair. It's fair.
The more
It's fair.
is my maiden name. So before I got married, because now I'm a Ford, but before I got married, I was Tamika Moore. So I was like, more to, and then life. So I was talking with my husband. I was like, you know what? I can't figure out the title of this book. Like, I have to have a title before I write it so I know what I'm writing about, that main idea. And he was like, well, what did you used to think when you were a child? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I used to always think every day on a daily basis, like, there has to be more to life. And he was like, that's your title, Tamika. So I was like, okay, but I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So I was like,
Mm,
more, more, more. My last name is Moore. So I was like, let's put that there. And then to life,
wow.
so I spelled it with the Y
Mm,
there because I, well, we, but me in general, I had a heck of a life. So I was like, life is more than just LIFE. My life
mm,
was LYFE because
mm,
I thank God because I shouldn't have been here today. So all the things that we went through, like we had to be surrounded by the higher up. It's like immaculate when I really talk about the story and break it down on how I got to where I am now. But anyway, so the book is about three kids. That's me, that's my sister, and that's my little brother. We're all stair stepper in age. So here I would have been like 5. My sister was 4, and my brother is 3, and you can see that there.
wow.
And then I put this like gigantic monster in the middle of our life because we went through a lot of things as children. And I wanted to, the main point about getting this book out was I was tired of sweeping stuff under the rug. You get the saying, you heard it before. Let's sweep it under the rug and keep going on with life. And my rug started piling up like mountains. It was just full and it started falling apart into my own life. So I was like, you know what? I'm no longer sweeping anything under the rug. Let's get it out. Let's get it out there to the world. Let's get it out to the universe because someone needs to hear my story. It's so many people that I can help because I did make it out. It's so many people that I can
Mm,
help out of their situation. And
mm,
so that's when I started writing this book. Now, this book goes from birth to maybe 7 years old. And I'm currently working on book number 2 because I'm doing it in increments because I am a nurse and I work full time and this is full time and I'm promoting, but this is more of a healing book. It's to get your story out there. It's to motivate other people to become authors. It's to motivate other people to be motivational speakers, to help other people because we go through our
wow.
situations
Wow.
not
Wow.
for us.
Wow.
We go through it to
Wow.
help other people.
Wow. Wow.
You never know how many people you can help with your story because you made it out and you're happy now and you're living the life that they want to live. So this is an
Mm,
informative book to people that things never happen to. I have perfect people read this book and say, "Oh my goodness, I did not know stuff like that really happened to people." Because they never had nothing happen to them. So I'm thankful from both ends, but I talk about the
mm,
trauma. I talk about the pain. I talk about the family separation.
mm,
I talk about the family jealousy. I talk about how children are
mm,
abandoned, how you're
mm,
neglected and misused and
mm,
abused, and mental
mm,
stress and emotional stress and psychological stress. I talk about all that in my book, and I talk about it.
mm.
It's healing for me, and it's healing for someone else too.
Well, talking about the monster, I'm grieving. I've been grieving the loss of my greatest friend. He was my
Okay.
speech coach. He was the
Yes.
first person, when you were born in the part of Africa that I was born, and
Right.
you lack the basic education to even have the right wordings to state your story.
Yes.
And then someday somebody takes you by his hands, help you
Yes.
become Godian Cross. You know how
Yes.
that feels. How that feels. Now, beyond
Yes.
the stereotypical nature of being an African person,
Yes.
beyond my stigmatization of being a black man, you still find out that today I do
Yes.
believe that having the conversation about color should not happen,
Yes.
because I had this experience of a white folk taking me by my hands the last 8 years of my life and
Yes.
guiding me all the way through, just like that. I never knew Coit
Yes.
Idman. I never knew him from anywhere until I was this writer online and
Mhm.
doing poetry, and that was it. And the rest is history, because I realized that Coit Idman will become an integral part of my group, an integral part of my community. Like with him, I felt like a superstar. And one
Yes.
morning, I would wake up to find out that the man who would want me to be in the US, the man who
Right.
would do so much to make sure that the Godian Cross have a global promotion, so I like to put it, that man was no longer
Yes.
alive. It hurts. It hurts. Like, I think about everything. I think about his wife. I think about everything he did for me. Like,
Right.
I cry every single minute of my life. I shed tears.
Yes.
And I would take a bow for your discipline. I'll
Yes.
take a bow for the authority you've showed by sharing your story. Now, this is no longer just a book or another chapter in one book. This is about a life you've experienced. And now that you are a
Yes.
coach, how do you coach people like me who are grieving to find our own healing part? Because I don't think that I will ever stop thinking about Kurt Itman.
Yes. I would say take it one day at a time. Um, there's no time limit to grief. I've experienced grief myself several times over. Um, and I'll explain that in the book with the books to come. But with grief, there's no time limit on when you're going to heal. And everybody's situation is different. So grief is different for everyone. Some people are happy, when somebody passed. Some people are sad. Some people are emotionally upset. It will take a toll on you, but just breathing every day will make that person happy that you're still here and you're leading their legacy on. I lost somebody dear to my heart, and I don't want to say the name because they're in my books. But that's some other time. But anyway, so I lost that person, and I didn't know why I still existed. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, I should have went with them. Like the bond was so tight, and I had to pray. I had to pray about it. Whoever you pray to, God, Jehovah, Messiah, the higher up. A lot of people believe in the universe. Whoever you pray to, whoever you look up to, you talk about it. You speak about it. You get it outside your body. You don't want to hold it in your shell. Even if you're talking to the air, just try it and say, listen, I miss this person. I'm hurt. I'm going through a lot. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to brush my teeth. I don't want to take a shower. I just want to lay here in it because I can't believe I lost that person. But at the end, they say it's light at the end of the tunnel. You will get there. You will make
With
it
love.
there. You will make it there. And I got up and I said, you know what? I was made for this because I'm still here. So I still have time to touch other people's lives. So I take what I learned from that person and I talk about it with people. I help people. I teach people how to heal and just walking outside, getting fresh air, just releasing, find different ways to release,
Mm,
release that
mm,
pain. Find
mm,
different ways, find different things. And it could be, you could start small, like journaling how you feel and having, like I said, talking to open air is good too. And taking a walk or taking a run and, put that pain into something different and you'll be able to walk the journey. And it's not going to be easy because what I tell everybody that talks to me about grief, I have a lot of people that come to me about losing people, which I've lost maybe 9 important people in my life. So I've been there. But the main thing that I want to give to everyone would be you have to figure out the new you without them
mm,
being. And that's the
mm,
most difficult, difficultest.
mm,
I don't even think that's a word, but we're going to say it today.
mm.
Difficultest. That's the most difficultest part
Mhm.
because who are you without them?
Mm,
Who are you
mm,
without them?
mm,
You know, I
mm.
went talking to my best friend every day. We're drinking coffee at the same time and we're meeting up and we're just loving on each other to having nothing.
Oh,
And it's a struggle. It's not easy. So you have to figure out the new you. You have to love the new you. You have to spend time with the new you. You have to relearn who you are without that person here. And that's a test. So, like I said, just baby steps because it's going to be okay. And you have to understand and believe and have faith that they are in a better place. And they're where we're trying to go. So that's what I
mm.
would give them grief. You're gonna make me emotionally upset on this.
This was for me. Tamika Ford, that was for me. Thank you very much. Thank you for being a cumbersome figure on the spotlight. Well, I had to learn a
Yeah.
lot. I had to admit that I was going to try loving this new me, the new me without coit, it man. It must be very difficult to imagine. Hmm. Wow. Well, it. I like to delve into a part of you, the nurse part of you. I think with being a nurse, you learn to take care of people bodies, but with what you have written, you learn to administer something to my soul. I like to ask you. I like to ask you. Sorry, sorry. I saw those tears drop. Sorry, sorry. I saw those tears drop.
That's okay. This is raw and uncut. That's all right.
Well, I do love the fact that it's not inevitable for us to grieve, and it's not also
Yeah,
inevitable for us to heal.
yeah,
I might not be interested in instant healing or instant success or gratification. I'm looking at how to have long-lasting, credible peace and sound mind. Well,
yes.
with your experience as a nurse who have been administering to the bodies, and now you write for our soul. What kind of a person do you think writing "Move to Life" would have changed you into? What kind of a person did it make you become? What kind of a person would you say you are after doing what you did with "More to Life"?
Um, but before More to Life, I was more not emotionally invested with life. I was just living day by day. And I think a lot of the world would say that this is my normal routine. I wake up, go to work, go home, take care of the family, the kids if you have kids, and that's just the normal way of living. That's the modern day experience. And so that's what I was just doing. I was just living. Um,
Mm.
and I wanted
It
more
feels
than
it
that.
feels
I
it
wanted,
feels it feels it feels like you were
huh?
merely existing.
Yeah, you were like a show just existing. And so that's how I felt before I became an author. And I was like, this is not the life that I want. I didn't came too far. How can I put this out in the world? How can I put it out in the universe? I want to touch everybody breathing in the world.
Mm,
That was my goal.
mm,
Well,
mm,
that's still my, and I'll eventually
mm,
get there, but I'm just like, I want everybody to hear my story. I want to
mm,
talk about it. I want to get it. I don't want to hold it in no more. I don't want to pass away with those things. I don't want to pass away with these family secrets and the stuff that's swept under the rug. I need to get it out. And so me getting it out, I became an author, and then me becoming an author has matured me in so many ways. It's
mm,
introduced me to amazing people like yourself, and just talking on
mm,
different podcasts, talking on different TV shows, meeting new
mm.
people, doing new things, eating different food, mingling at book expos, and traveling the world. And it's like, okay, the sun is shining, okay? And I'm going to let it shine because that's just the person I am. So
Mm,
it has definitely made me a better woman, a better mother, a better wife. I'm more understanding to anything that comes my way. I'm more open and available. I don't
mm,
feel so suppressed like I did before. So it's so many positive things, and I just love it.
yeah.
And I love smiling. So anything to make me smile, I'm doing
Well, before we delve into the part of the show, we like to find out for our audience out there. I would try to imagine that for you to gather ball bond of confidence in this
it.
busy, noisy world, for you to build your discipline, for you to own
Hmm.
your skill, for you to put
Yes.
on the discipline it takes to write a book, publish it, and do all of this normal stuff we do as writers and authors. I do
Yeah.
imagine that you should have had pillars in writers, inklings, masterpiece, quote. I don't know. Do you remember authors, writers? It would have been a movie that would have helped you to know that, okay, I'm going to be this big thing I'm designed to be. I'd like to share this part of the story with us.
Yes. I would say one amazing author is Michelle Obama. Um,
Wow. Wow. I do a
she,
podcast. I stream a podcast. I do enjoy our conversation with the brother. I feel like she has what it takes to become the first female president of the United States of America. Sorry, don't take
oh
me for
my
my
God.
word. I do
Yes,
feel
she
so.
does. She is an amazing woman. We actually have the same birthday. And when I found out she was an
Wow.
author, I was like, oh my goodness, I got to read this.
Becoming.
And so she's an author, and and we're both Capricorn. So that was an amazing bond that I had, and I love reading her book.
Wow.
Michelle Obama.
Becoming.
I will also say Steve Harvey is an amazing
Mm,
author as well. I love Steve Harvey. He
mm.
motivated me a lot of days going through nursing school, and
Wow.
he he's great, and he has amazing advice. I did jot down names and read books of people that he mentioned. I also have, whenever you're ready, the books and authors of how many?
Oh.
10?
Oh, so it seems you don't want to expose that. You don't want to expose that until we get on that challenge. Beautiful,
Okay.
amazing. Well, if you're streaming this, we are on to the author of "MOORE to Life," Tamika Ford. Tamika Ford has been amazing on our spotlight. Trust me, you need to see her beautiful face. She's a mother, she's a lover, she's also a great
Yes,
book lover. So, well, we
yes,
get to the point on the show where I know Tamika Ford has been inching to take us by our hands. Well, Auto Samaica,
yes,
you are on the spotlight, and we are looking at getting into your library. We are looking at trying to understand your reading lifestyle, the way it
yes.
evolves, and how the snowball. Well, we'll be hoping that you take us by our hands and lead us into your bookshelves and the ones that really click for you. You can actually throw more light on them. I'm sure you're ready to take this challenge.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready? You're ready?
Not really,
Okay.
not really, but
Okay. Well, we get to the point on the show where Ototomika Ford will be naming 10 books. 10 books that worked wonders for her. 10 books she would love to reread. 10 books she would write a review on. 10 books she would recommend for any manner of person. Well, I'm sure that this is the part of the show that you would not afford to miss. Just in case you're trying to change your survival story to something very significant. This is one author to watch out for. So, Michael Ford, please take us by your ends.
okay. The first book would be The Mountain Is You by Brianna. Let me see the last name. Brianna West. So it's Wiest. Now, this book talks about healing yourself and emotional breakthroughs and turning pain into purpose. So that would be one. The Mountain
Mm,
Is You by Brianna West. The second
wow.
one would be Atomic Habits.
Mm,
That's by James Clear, and that's Clear, James Clear, Atomic Habits. That book talks about building success in your life and breaking negative cycles and life-changing reread. So how I said we have to
mm,
relearn ourselves when it comes to grief. Atomic
mm,
Habits would be an amazing book for anybody
mm,
that want to transition their life into a
mm.
better. Um, Book three would be The Four Agreements by Don Ruiz, and that's Ruiz. Um, the Four Agreements is mainly about finding your inner peace. And in finding your inner peace, you also find emotional freedom. And
Mm,
it's the power, it's like the power of the mindset. So it's like a
mm,
mindset shift in a way. So that's the Four Agreements by Don Ruiz, Ruiz.
mm.
The next book
Number
for
four.
number four, The Gift of Imperfection. That's by
Wow.
Breen Breen Brown. So it's Brene Brown. And it's
Mm,
called The Gift of Imperfection. So that's about self-worth, releasing shame, any shame that's in
wow.
your life, and you heal while you're growing. When I said
Mm,
before, I felt like I was just an existing shell. Um,
mm,
you still have to heal every day. It's a little bit of healing, a little bit of healing, a little bit of healing. Because if you fell off a bike when you were young, that's trauma. You scraped your knee and you're like, oh,
mm,
I don't want to do that again. That's pain. So healing while you're growing, that's an amazing book, The Gift of Imperfection, by Brené Brown, which is an amazing book. Number five would be The Power of Now. And I'm gonna spell the
wow.
author's. Um, because Eckhart Tolle. So it's Eckart, and then the last name is Tolle. Tolle. So the power of now is basically about calming your mind. Our
Mm.
mind is constantly running 24/7. And so if you want a book that's going to calm your mind and help you to be more present in the now and
Yeah.
healing yourself with clarity, that is an
Mm.
amazing book. Um,
Mm.
the The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Uh, number six, number six, the
Mm.
7 habits of highly effective people.
Effective people.
Um,
Okay.
yes, that's by Stephen Covey. That's
Oh,
Covey. The 7 habits of highly effective people. And I like, we always have a role model in our life or somebody we look up to. This is a book that you can actually look up to 7 people. It goes over their success structure, their
mm.
leadership mindset, and their
Mm.
inside and out growth in their life.
Mm.
And that's an amazing book. That's
Mm.
also people that have experienced life and they're like, this is what I did to become successful because we all want to be successful, right?
Sure.
So that's a good book. 7 would be The Body Keeps Score. I would
The
actually
what?
rate that.
The what? The what? What did you call it?
The Body Keeps Score. This book has been recommended to me.
Can you spell your score? Is it SCORE?
Yes, The Body Keeps Score.
Wow.
Now, that is by, and I'm gonna spell it. The first name is Bessel. That's the first name, and then it's
Yeah.
Van, and then the next one is D. D is in dog, ER, and then the last name is Kolk. The Body Keeps Score. I would rate that the number 1 book. And only because
Okay.
I didn't have time to put them in order for y'all to read them because you asked me this question off guard. So, um, that book has been recommended to me over 100 times to read. And so I was
Wow.
like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to read this book. I need to figure it out. I've heard so many amazing reviews about this book. So it talks about understanding your trauma.
Mm.
It talks about emotional healing. And then it
Mm.
talks about mind and body restoration. So
Wow.
the
Wow.
title
Wow.
alone got me because it's an amazing title. And at the end of the day, once you finish reading the book, you'll understand why your body keeps score of everything. So that would be
Wow.
my number 1 book.
That
The
was
next book,
number
number 8.
7. Number 7. So we have number 8 now. Number 8. Let's
Yes, number 8
go.
would be The Magic of Thinking Big.
Mm.
And that is by David Schwartz, and that's
Yeah.
SCH.
Yeah. The Schwartz. Yeah. The
David
magic
Schwartz.
of
Yes,
thinking big.
he's an
Yeah. I heard
amazing
that.
author. So the magic of thinking big, it breaks the limitations in our minds, right? And
Wow.
then we think boldly and it's a success driven mindset. So it
Mm.
changes because I used to always think small, like that's what I felt like I deserved. And then I was like, no, I'm going to think big. I'm going to dream big. That's where I want to
Mm.
be, at the top of the mountain. I don't want to be down in the dirt. So
Yeah.
when I read that book, I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. We all should think
Yeah.
big.
It was like a wake up call for you.
Yes, yes. I think big or go home. I mean, it's either, one or the other. But that's number 8. Um, number 9
With
is
just two books to go. With just two books to go. Tamika Ford, you got this going. You got this. You got this. You're doing a great job on the spotlight.
um number 9 would be The Mountain Is You, a workbook, and that's by
Oh,
Brianna West too. The
yeah.
Mountain Is You, and that's a guided reflection of your
So,
life.
it means that with West, there was a workbook and you decided to walk the talk. Wow. It's an example
Yes,
of how
yes,
pragmatic can
yes,
become. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. I like
yes,
what you did there.
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. But the workbook is a guided reflection over your life. And then it's a deep emotional work for you because it brings everything to the forefront that we stuff in the background. And it's a transformation step by step. And it's self-paced and everything. So I would say that book is an amazing book for anybody wanting to heal. And number 10. So number
Number
10.
10. Number 10. Number 10.
Number 10 was this was difficult for me. Um Number 10 would have to be my book.
Oh. I have to clap my hands. Oh,
Number
awesome. You're
number
beautiful.
10 would have to be my book. Of course, More to Life. This book is a real life resilience. It talks about healing through the truth, and it inspires strength and success. So I
Wow.
would say my book is number 10. Also with my book right now, I have a workbook as well. So you
Wow.
read through this book. Yep, you read
Wow.
through this book, and then I have a More
The
to Life
joy journal.
journal.
Wow. Wow.
And so
Wow.
this is 30 days of positive affirmations.
Mm.
And then it has little things in here for you to do. Like day 1, let's go through day 1. It's a daily affirmation here for day 1, and it says, I am enough exactly as I am. Because
I
that's
am enough exactly as I am. Wow.
yes, yes,
Wow.
that's the daily. So I have different daily affirmations for every day. And then you just write down 3 highlights of your day and then what you're grateful for. Let's talk about what we're grateful
Mm.
for today. I can name
Mm.
off a million things already, but just waking
Mm.
up breathing. I'm thankful that I woke up
Mm.
this morning. Um,
Mm.
but you can write whatever you want. And then at the bottom, and this is the most, I love this part about the journal. It's an action that you do every day. So day 1, it says, take a 10-minute walk outside and notice the sounds around you. How many
Mm.
people actually listen to the sounds around them in 2025 right
Mm.
now?
Mm. Mm. Wow. Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
also, I give you space over here to journal on the next page. So whatever you
Wow.
couldn't fit on that first page of the day 1, you have space on the next page to journal. I
Wow.
put a certificate in here once completed. I put the benefits of having a positive mindset every day. I put the benefits of it. Um,
Wow.
30 days of
Wow.
benefits of daily
Wow.
confidence just in
Wow.
yourself.
Wow. 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 Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
so
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
have that. And I
So,
talk about
so
mental.
you don't just speak. You take me by my hands and help me
Yeah.
walk the talk.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing,
Yes.
awesome,
Yes.
awesome. Congratulations, Auto Tamika Ford. Thank you for
Thank
being a
you.
cumbersome and this tall figure so far
Thank
our healing
you.
process is concerned. I do appreciate personally what you've done. I really think that what you've done, you have become a coach, an
Mhm.
expert. Aside that, you
Thank
are
you.
a nurse, you are doing so much in this world of books. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for being a
Thank
pragmatic
you.
example on our spotlight. Thank you.
Thank you for
Well,
having me.
before you go, I won't let you go without having to lend your voice on what you think about the global reading culture. Well, like I said, nobody knows the importance, the significance of those words. Nobody knows that this talk can be walked. Nobody knows that you are testing to go through stuff and see this as a dirty pitfalls, detours as just the
Yeah.
prerequisite to become a successful person. Well, before you
Right.
go, I'd like you to share with us what would you say about the global reading culture beyond colors, beyond
Yeah.
religious affiliation, beyond academic backgrounds or endeavors? What would you say the importance, the significance of the reading culture? What impact can it have? So far, every global person is involved.
Um, I would say honestly that it connects everyone as a whole with the global reading culture. It also helps us to heal. Um, it reminds us that no matter what we come from or where we came from or how we came from it, our story still matters. And
Mm,
so keep reading, keep growing, keep going because
mm.
everyone is here for a reason. So
Wow.
once you figure your reason out and your gift and your purpose here on earth, then we
Mm,
all,
Wow. Before you go, I like you share with us the fact that you are a lifelong learner, the fact that you have gathered books to gather bourbon of inspirations,
yeah.
motivations, affirmations to become this person that you are. I like to share with us what do you think that the idea of being a lifelong learner, how do you think that idea has helped you survive daily hurdles, the daily intricacies of everyday life? The idea of being a lifelong learner. Personally, how has it helped you snowball big wins? How does it help you evolve and become this big thing that you are? Share with us.
Well, um, it just helped me to know that you can't take life for granted. And like I said before, we go through everything for a reason. So, being a lifelong learner, you keep your mind young. Um, I was always taught that when your days are longer, when you keep your mind educated and you constantly learn something every day. So I intertwine learning something every day for the rest of my
Being
days.
a
I,
lifelong learner
yeah,
keeps your
lifelong
mind
learner.
young.
I'm gonna learn something
Being
every
a lifelong learner keeps
day.
your life young.
Yes.
Being a I did love what you said. Like that was for me. That was for me. I don't know if I'm going to share it with
Yeah.
anybody, but be sure that when you're streaming this, you don't have to share and devour the station alone. You need to invite your friends and family to also have a devouring of the station.
Yeah.
Well, Automatic Ford, I need to
Yeah.
take a bow and I need to tell you that you did something so outstanding and noble when you decided to volunteer and spare your time to be on the spotlight. I must confess
Yeah.
that humanity wins when you participate in sharing and lending your voice on a podcast like ours. Thank you very much for
Thank
being a
you.
lifelong learner. Thank you very much for being this
Thank you.
intentional reader. And thank you for
Thank
taking
you.
my hand to walk this long talk. You are that example. Congratulations. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Before you go, I'd like you leave us with mediums how we can get to have your book? How do we get to read your book? Is it on Amazon? Is it on Noble and Bounds? How do we get
Yes,
to network with you? Are you a social media person? Do you
yes.
do symposiums? How do you hope to connect with your next set of readers? Just take us around your ministry and everything in between.
Okay, currently, my book is available and the journal is available on my website. It's www.mooretolife. It's the title of the book, .net, and that's NET. So
Okay.
moretolife.net. You can connect with me on there. You can message me personally on there. I am open to the
Well,
community.
well,
Um,
like our
it's
normal
also,
tradition, we
huh?
are going to be leaving a special link and our website on our podcast note so you can also get to
Yes,
read, share who we are, and also be
yes,
part of our ministry. Well, Tamika Ford, we must say this that you didn't come this far to just come this far. You're going far. You're going
yes,
far. Trust me,
yes.
this story belongs to the
Thank
world.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you. While we were streaming this, we've been onto an amazing mind and inkling of Dr. Michael Ford. Dr. Michael Ford has become a pragmatic teacher so far our everyday healing process, our survival and trauma stories are concerned. So this is one author you ought to watch out for. And Dr. Michael Ford, before you go, would like you leave your last word to the traumatized. Your last word to that person who is yet to carve a niche for themselves. That one person who has lost a loved one, and that person who is still grieving from divorce. What would be your last words to the downtrodden? Leave us your last words.
My last words would be to anybody listening right now is to never give up and continue to fall forward because throughout life we're going to fall. But as long as
Hmm.
you're able to get back up and you have the energy and breath in your body to get back up and keep moving, you can help great people as well. So be kind to yourself and be kind to others.
Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Wow, with this, we come to the end of the book show. Thank you very much, Dr. Tamika Ford, for being so gracious on our spotlight. We look forward to have you again on our Global Reading Symposium. We need to see you volunteer on a project like
Yeah.
our readers network, where we are trying to inspire intentional reading on our campuses. We look forward to
Yeah.
also see you in Africa, where you'll be going to our schools and telling them that there is more to life beyond this your suffering. There is more to life. I did it.
Yeah.
You can be the next big thing. We look forward to see you on a symposium. Thank you very much for being this amazing person that you are. It was really an
Yeah.
inspiring moment for me. I was engrossed. I'm humbled. I'm really humbled. I'm humbled.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, with
Thank you.
this, we come to the end of our session. Remember that you become the books that you read and the people that you meet. Author Tamika Ford gives you a hands and lend you a voice. Don't forget to
Yeah.
devour more to life. And don't forget that Author Tamika Ford is looking forward to see you become the next big thing. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Tamika. It is your host, Smart Stewart
Thank you.
Udor on the spotlight. Thank you very much, Tamika. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And God bless you.
Yeah. Thank you. You too.